Oh shit, I like this one. Alright, for those who don't know, I use like the same copyright-free channel for all my music. Shows up on the side of my channel, and you see them all the time when I have the scream up. It's from free rap beats, hip-hop instrumentals. Great channel, great stuff. Check them out. But yeah, I use them so often I end up going through their entire library. More than a couple times now, but yeah, this one I like. I should remember the name. I should be remembering the names by now. Eventually, probably someday. All right, what are we watching? Actually, we're watching a lot of good shit. Look at this playlist. It's only 6 videos, but holy cow, I forget. I want this to get monetized, and with these videos I just might, so I gotta watch my language. Alright, but we're starting off with Trump Anthem by Bad Lip Reading, of course. Those guys are awesome. Evelina is here, I see her in the chat. You're awesome. And everyone else who shows up. Yeah, I don't have anything that lets me know how many people are in the chat, so you'll have to watch this again later so that you know that you're awesome as well. But like it's harder to keep track of live. All right, but yeah, Trump Anthem, Bad Lip Reading. I don't know if this is like an excerpt or like an extended version of something from they've previously done, or if this is all new. Another thing I'm looking forward to. Thor Ragnarok, how it should have ended. Oh my god, a lot of great channels, a lot of nerdy channels come up with some come out with some new stuff, and yeah, psyched. SSJ9K, Smosh Game, CinemaSins. Alright, pushing pause on our music. Enough chitter chatter. Let's push play. Everything's good. Yeah.
You see, my head is here.
It doesn't look like he knows the words. For real though. That's funny. Yeah, he's definitely not singing. That gets a like. Okay, he's just humming.
The baby bird chicken hatched.
Wait, there's no words during this part. What's he doing?
Your little feet were so
I would love to know the actual audio, just how off he actually was.
Sugar packet, banana whiff.
What are they gonna say for Orlando the Free? People are gonna be like, is this real? No. Well, yeah. Lafway. Who remembers Lafway? Good stuff. Jesse's here. What's up, man? Show me the way. Yeah. Alright, this one. I saw in the theaters, Thor Ragnarok, fortunately. If I was in a smaller town. Yeah. Anyway, I just get real upset. Thor Ragnarok was awesome, and I wonder what they have to say, because what can you say? Well, I guess, Signs was awesome when that first came out, but because it was like that was the most suspenseful movie ever, and a weird comparison, by the way, but it was like the most suspenseful movie ever. But it's like once you've seen it so many times, and the initial effect starts to wear off, you start to realize, oh, this movie doesn't make a whole lot of logical sense. Why wouldn't the aliens be able to open a door? But yeah, Signs, check it out. But Thor Ragnarok, as fun as it was, I think the logic was pretty sound. Let's see what they have to say. We're seeing lots of ads now. Good for YouTube. Oh, and I'm hoping the stream actually continues working without any issues. Before it gave out pretty quick. I think it's fine now.
Janitor.
You look like a smart boy. How'd you like a job?
Sure.
Excellent. Then you could start by grabbing that sword.
Right away.
It's kind of the key to this whole thing, so I wouldn't want to leave it behind to get stolen.
Oh, poop.
Good one. Yeah, I guess. Still an awesome movie.
No!
They make better points than CinemaSins, I'll give them that much.
Don't worry, everyone. This is just a minor setback. All we need to do is extricate ourselves free from this
That's a
ginormous
good
spear
impression.
here, and then we can get back to escaping.
For Asgard.
Asgard.
Oh no, the ship
Testing,
has
1, 2,
perished.
3. Yeah.
Looks like we're all
Mike's
gonna die
working
here.
today.
So everyone, the revolution has ended.
Hello! Come on!
It's over, brother. Your lightning and Led Zeppelin have failed. You can't
Led Zeppelin.
defeat me.
No, I can't. But he can. I said, but he can.
Thor?
I'm sorry, brother, but you know I can't be trusted.
Yeah, that should have happened.
Son
That's
of a
it.
ice giant.
That's another good point.
So I left them all
He's always
and got the heck out of
Up
there.
to something. That guy.
And then what happened?
And then I defeated all of them.
And I took the
I
Tesseract.
love how the Heath Ledger Joker is still a prominent part of the villain pub. Even though there's been
I'll
other
take that,
Jokers
thanks.
since then.
Now,
He's the Joker. He's the real one.
let's get this party started. Hey, how you doing? Someone's looking hella fine.
Are they gonna get together in the Infinity War movie? Question
You
mark.
can't defeat me.
Maybe.
No, I can't. But she can. Wow, those things are ridiculously powerful.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Darling, you have no
Well, she is
idea what's
Valkyrie.
possible.
Right.
Gus, my hammer. No. That hammer was just like a hammer to me.
Okay, you guys were supposed to leave promptly, but instead I'm detecting even more interdimensional activity. Who is she?
Kneel.
This is our evil sister. She broke my hammer. She's going to destroy Asgard and who knows what else.
Could Doctor
Okay,
Strange
well,
take
we can't
care
have
of that
that yet.
easily?
I said kneel before your...
She's going to be falling for a really, really long time. Okay, now
Would that
you
work
guys
with
need
her?
to leave.
But my hammer! And
Could you
the
just trap her
cafe.
in another dimension?
Okay, fine.
Couldn't Doctor Strange just
So the
trap
doctor
anyone in
fixed
another
my
dimension?
hammer, our sister is falling in an eternal abyss. I'm going to be the king of Asgard, and everyone is happy and good. Isn't that right, brother?
Yes, everyone is happy and good.
This is weird.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable with this. What's wrong, Batman? Don't you trust that I'm a good guy now? Nobody in their right mind should trust you. Why?
Yeah,
Because
this-
I'm Batman. Oh, sorry.
At this point.
Force of habit. I mean, because you're Loki. My dear Batman, do you think I'm going to get people's hopes up and then ultimately let them down when the time comes? Yes. What do I look like? The Justice League? Zing. So mean.
Permission to punch your brother in the face?
Justice League was
I'm
alright.
joking. It's a friendly joke. You like jokers, right, Batman? This is all. He's not supposed to be here.
Yeah, can I just turn back time and make things back to normal?
What do you mean? Everything is back to normal. My brother and I are together again. I have my hammer. I have my hair. I don't have a girlfriend currently, but that's not even a problem for me. Everything is back to normal.
Except, well,
Except what? Except father?
Except Hulk is still missing.
Oh, I forgot. Anna.
Oh yeah.
not sad.
Well, he's happy, isn't he?
I wonder where he is.
Some random planet.
Don't worry.
I thought so.
yeah,
I wasn't worried. Jeff Goldblum is awesome.
I just can't get enough of this. Maybe it's because I'm so thirsty.
It takes it away. Thirsty. That was some good stuff. Funny, made some good points.
We asked you.
And now we're gonna see the honest trailer for Mother. You know what? Martin Scorsese gave the critics a lot of crap for hating on this movie so much. It was like, you know, it had artistic vision and all that stuff. You don't see movies like this anymore. It's all Transformers, and it's a shame that movies like this and Blade Runner aren't making money. Blah, blah, blah. But, okay, let's see what the honest trailers have to say. Apparently people voted for it, so let's find out why.
We asked you to vote for the 2017 movies you wanted us to make an honest trailer for. Here's your number 4 pick. You guys
Number
are weird.
4. Yeah. You let them vote.
From the mind behind Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan,
Such a good
and
director.
Noah comes a gruesome, paranoid Bible allegory, which is kind of what you should expect by now from the mind behind Requiem for a Dream, Black Swan, and Noah.
Yeah.
Mother!
And the fountain.
Experience a gripping tale about something where this mother and this guy have some increasingly bad house guests.
Leave me alone.
You're an arrogant
Stuff happens. Then slowly but surely, everything goes cuckoo bananas nutso cray.
That's amazing. That's what we're doing to Mother Earth.
What is going on? Stop making me feel dumb, movie. You're the dumb one. Stroke your chin.
That is what
for what's
happened.
either a retelling of the Bible from nature's perspective, an allegory about global warming, a meditation on the creative process, a critique of traditional gender roles, or a story about how hard it is to date a famous person.
Here we go. No!
In this film that refuses to answer basic questions about plot or character, but does tell you what Extreme Home Makeover would look like if it were directed by Satan. Move that bus!
Jesus. I love tripping movies like this.
Move it back!
This guy's the master of them.
Witness
The fountain was good.
imagery that will disturb you to your very core. Where a baby being eaten alive is nothing compared to a close-up of Javier Bardem smiling.
Oh, it scared me.
Kristen Wiig acting serious.
The inspiration.
And unprepared public speaking.
Would you say something?
See, this is my actual worst nightmare. Follow Jennifer Lawrence's giant face around for half the runtime as she takes on a non-stop barrage of household chores. Generally walks around. And stares at the wall.
Movie's deep.
But if that sounds boring, wait until you hear what her husband is going through. He's a poet with writer's block. Whoa. Man,
The Shining was
this movie
awesome.
sounds like it was written by a guy with a lot of scarves. Oh, right. So dive into the esoteric film that audiences
Brad Pitt
either
likes scarves,
loved,
too.
hated, or really hated. In this film that looks and sounds beautiful,
Martin
avoids
Scorsese
easy
didn't hate it.
categorization, and really makes the audience think,
It affects everyone in a different way. It is remarkable.
but sometimes feels like the whole thing was dashed out over a long weekend, because it was. Starring Hunger Games.
That's funny, I didn't
Literally
know
Catching
that.
Fire, No Country for Old Testaments, Dread Flanders, Catty Woman, A McPoyle Brother, What It
McPoyle.
Feels Like to Host Your In-Laws, and The Forbidden Sink.
That sink's not braced yet. Could you get down from there? That sink's not braced yet. Get down from there. Please, get down from there. Please. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Stop. Stop doing that.
We get it already. Don't sit in the sink. Jeez, you're not my real mom. Big Mama's House 3. If there's one thing you can count on in a movie, it's that a writer working in isolation will always go insane. I asked Alexa a question in a dead language, and she
Called it.
opened
Well,
the
just The
gates to
Shining.
hell.
But it's true. There
Banana
are a lot of other
crumpets.
movies since The
Somebody
Shining
once
that have
told
done
me that I was Mike Wazowski. I'm just a poor boy from a Porg family. Eating Tide Pods doesn't make you cool.
Oh, that's such a meme. That is such a meme. Oh, Sonic. What can I say about Sonic? I haven't played a good Sonic game in a while, and I'm guessing this Honest Game trailer is going to be a reminder why. But, yeah. Let's see what they have to say. Ooh, deja vu. There's been a change in the Matrix. Oh, really? Okay, push and play.
The following trailer is rated H for honest. From Sonic Team, the developer who proved they learned absolutely nothing from Mania, comes the same mediocre 3D platformer for infants they've been making since the 90s, Sonic Forces.
I hear it has
In a year
problems.
when Sega put out their best Sonic game since the Genesis, dive back into the garbage pile we've all become accustomed to, as you Sonic force yourself to play through one underwhelming platformer level after the next, full of flashy set pieces that shift perspective at a moment's notice, that try to distract you from noticing that you're not actually doing anything, because you can beat most of the levels by holding a direction and sometimes pressing jump. Cruise to the end of every level where you actually have to play a video game, taking on over-the-top
nice.
bosses
I
that
like
share a
trippy
fatal
games.
weakness to hedgehog jumps, while also taking on the terrible floaty controls in a gaming experience that's so simplistic, it's about 2 steps away from just watching a Let's Play. But look on the bright side, at least it's only 4 hours long. Hold on, I'm
Trippy,
being
though.
told
It's
that's
trippy.
also a bad thing.
Yeah,
Real, as Sega
that's
finally
right.
concedes
It's
to super fans of the franchise.
because you need
And
to play
officially
at
lets
least
them do the thing they've been doing on
3
DeviantArt
hours
for the
or
last
something
decade.
like that before you
Creating
can get
your
a
own
refund.
self-insert Sonic character, then slap together clothing options to create ridiculous Sega characters, the protagonist from Persona, or even a bargain bin Sonic with serial killer eyes.
Whoa.
In a game of dress-up that's actually pretty fun, until you remember that the actual game you have to play is still Sonic Forces. Look at my sick hat, though. You know I'm a gamer because that's what it says on my hat. Save the world from the evil robot army of Robotnik once again.
Oh,
In
shit.
one of the darkest timelines in the entire Sonic franchise.
He is like Bowser.
As Dr. Eggman takes over the world with extreme prejudice, tortures Sonic before trying to kill him,
What?
and murdering anything that gets in his way, in a story that would be super generic. Except now every cutscene has your ridiculous ninja rave bear in it. Now that is what I call great storytelling. So get out your chili dogs and prepare to go fast. In a tepid 3D experience that hyper-focuses on one aspect of the game so much they forgot to fix the rest. But that rabid Sonic fans will probably love anyway, because it finally acknowledges their weird desire to live in a world of anthropomorphic animal teens. I bet in the next game they'll finally just let you Sonic. I'm being told someone already did that? Should've known. Starring.
Yeah,
Gotta make
why is the
trash.
Sonic fan
Spinning
base so
in his
weird?
grave. Fat Dr. Wily. Edgelord. Edgemaster.
What is it about Sonic?
Snuck if you buck. Miles Prower. It's like miles per hour, get it? And our collective nightmares. The Fast and the Furious 2, Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo.
You ever tried image searching your name with the words The Hedgehog after it? Turn Save Search on first. You'll thank me later. Comment below on what you want me to read in my epic voice. I have once become a humanjigan. Chickens are Terminators in disguise. Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Once opinion a land in a
stream's
time
going good
far,
so
far
far.
away.
No
I was
hiccups.
trying to make
Did
you
I
a
fix
great
it? What did I
warrior.
do? Nothing
You
really.
succeeded.
This is Jay!
We're gonna hear that again. This guy, everything he does is awesome. Love his Dragon Ball Z stuff. It's pretty much all Dragon Ball Z, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, Senzu Gang, I assume this is the parody of Gucci Gang. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
This is Jay!
I know this shit's gonna be good. See, look.
Yeah. Ooh. Senzu. Man. Cartel. Goku Pump.
Goku Pump.
Yeah. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Senzu Gang. Just shot 100 keyway. My bitch love do cocaine. Yo bitch look like T.A. Power level dumb, I ain't got a train. All my niggas got Dragon Ball chain. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Just shot 100 keyway. My bitch love do cocaine. Yo bitch look like T.A. Power level dumb, I ain't got a train. All my niggas got Dragon Ball chain. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Dragon Ball worth more than your rent. Your mama Kale Ken on my tip. Still slang beans frequent. Since a bean cartel, leave you bent. No techniques
shit,
be
this is
new
actually
me.
good.
Ultra instinct in your booty. Shoot a key blast at your little me. I kick hard, you got little feet. Kami just told me that a nigga blast.
Funny.
So I flew off on a
Damn.
nimbe. Saw Chi Chi with them big breath. Some shit around made a big mess. Everybody scream power up quick. Goku Pump still take your chick. I still block all your kick. This power pole ain't no stick. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Just shot 100 keyway. My bitch love do cocaine. Yo bitch look like T.A. Power level dumb, I ain't got a train. All my niggas got Dragon Ball chain. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang,
Why
Senzu
can't
Gang.
they be playing
Just
this
shot 100 keyway.
radio
My bitch
everywhere?
love do cocaine. Yo bitch look like T.A.
No hate.
Power level dumb, I ain't got a train. All my niggas got Dragon Ball chain. Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang, Senzu Gang. Goku Pump. Ooh.
Gucci Gang is awesome. This was awesome. And it was funny. It's tough being awesome and funny. Senzu Gang, it's a Dragon Ball Z thing. Mike's good,
What
right?
family film has critics seeing stars?
Oh wow, look at that!
Paddington 2. Get ready for a second helping.
The CinemaSins for Paddington starts with the teaser for the second one. What a coincidence! All right, I haven't seen this movie. I probably won't see this movie. I probably don't care enough to see this movie. Let's see what. I'm familiar somewhat with the books, but let's see what CinemaSins had to say about this movie. Only 10 minutes. Is it that
43
good?
seconds of logos. Deep in the undergrowth, I spot
Normally these
something
are like 19
extraordinary.
minutes.
Movie steals the
Alright,
sexy
that's
newsreel
cool.
footage opening from Up. If you look closely, you can see young Carl hoping to be
We're
Charles
almost done
Munson in this
anyway.
scene.
Thanks
This
for
incredible
hanging out.
old-timey newsreel documentary crew not
It was
only
real.
managed not to freak out and drop the camera when the bear appeared, but got two different angles to cut together perfectly.
This is London. That's where I'm from.
London. Man, these bears picked up English fast. Caesar needed a special serum and 3 movies to get it down, but these bears have it in the first 3 minutes. Also, I get that they learned some English from Montgomery, but how did they continue to learn English once he left? And I know we're about to see them listening to records, but I still ask the question, how did they learn to understand the words they had not already learned? Weinstein.
Uncle Pastuso!
That was
So
worth
the bears
like
kept
10
the names
points.
Montgomery gave them? I mean, they had bear names, right?
But Uncle Pastuso, they're ripe!
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this Paddington cub is about the most adorable thing I've ever seen. I'll take a few sins off right now just to ease my conscience for tearing this sweetness a new earthhole for the next 10 minutes. Setting aside the opposable thumb issue, for these bears to
Okay.
construct this contraption
The point
through the
system
woods
doesn't
would
even
not only
matter.
have taken
It's kinda
more
like
years
whose
than their
line is it
lifespan would
anyway?
allow, but all sorts of construction equipment they just don't have.
We've been talking about that trip for 40 years.
I'm sad to report that the Peruvian spectacled bear's lifespan is just over 20 years, meaning these two are obviously ghost bears, and some horrible, horrible shit is about to go down.
Never.
These aren't ordinary bears, CinemaSins
around here.
Demanding respect, but then something embarrassing as happens to you at that moment cliche. Can we talk about electricity? How are they getting it for this record player? At least have the decency to Flintstone in some jungle hamsters or something. Setting aside Pa Bear's ability to throw Ma Bear over his shoulder this easy, why doesn't she have a direct chair route to the shelter like we saw earlier? Maybe you should invest a bit more infrastructure into safety instead of marmalade production. If Pistuzo is this strong, why on earth did he ever put Aunt Lucy back down in the first place? But Jungle Bear is smart enough to learn the English language and build an entire marmalade factory in the jungle, but somehow doesn't know to run when danger is approaching.
Aunt Lucy.
Do they teach the death of a parent or guardian rule in the How to Write a Family Film classes? Can nobody think of a better way to provide character development or motivation? One of Paddington's most charming accessories is acquired in the most morbid way possible.
Stay out of sight until London.
How do they know this boat is going to London?
Aren't you coming? I am too old and too tired to go any further.
Bullshit. The movie makes up some nonsense about a home for retired bears, but you are abandoning a child who needs you after losing his father figure. The honest answer isn't that you're too old, it's that the script needs you out of the picture.
I will be safe in the home for retired bears.
So, the Football Hall of Fame then?
There was once a war in the explorers' country. Thousands of children were sent away for safety, left at railway stations.
I'm sure CinemaSins has shit to say about Babe.
How the does she know all this? Also, does she really think a bear is going to be treated just like a human child? I mean, she's just abandoning her nephew and feeding him this crap so she can go retire. Aunt Lucy kind of sucks. This is basically the same way I pack for a trip, except it's peanut M&Ms and Oreo things. When he opened his case, he had 15 jars of marmalade, so what's with the miraculous multiplying marmalade mason jars?
Magic.
This is possibly the cleverest fart joke I've ever seen, but it's still a fucking fart joke. Somewhere in London, a young child will never read the final message sent from his dying father in darkest Peru because of this selfish, mail-jumping, marmalade-chugging bear. Jerk. Good thing Paddington happened to fall into the mailbag that was going directly to the train station, because hey, movie's got a movie. Even though he's smaller than your average bear, Paddington is still a fucking bear, and no one notices him standing there on the platform. Mysterious missing mailbag. Cool shot, bro, but exactly why are none of these people either embarking or disembarking from these trains?
Go on then.
Not gonna lie, this movie is way funnier than it has any right to be.
And it was fine until you jumped in the lake.
It's a Victorian bathing pond, darling. It's what you're supposed to do.
Not naked.
The Shape of Water, now in the Paddington Expanded Universe.
Did you know bears like marmalade?
I didn't even know bears could talk.
Then why the hell aren't you freaking out right now? Although, since 3 years from now, Mary will be having sex with a sea creature, I guess housing a bear for a night might seem...
He's a lot like
bears
Ted.
Even have names?
From Ted.
My name.
Remember that movie?
It's a cute joke and all, but seriously, why doesn't he have a human name already? Pistuzo and Lucy did. Why wouldn't they give him one too? He was just in a train station all day, and a restaurant, both of which had floors, so I'm not sure why he's acting so hesitant with this floor.
Radio, feel it in my knees. My knees never lie.
Ladybird's knees, Shakira's hips, the honest body parts genre continues to grow. I swear to God, movie, if his tongue actually touches that earwax, I'm adding 10 cents. Don't do it. I swear to God, don't you. Damn it! The water pressure is neither high enough or pointed in the right direction to keep this shower head aloft. Setting aside that it probably wouldn't end the water flow, how is this tub so dry?
I can't find anything about an English explorer in Peru.
Well, of course you can't.
Why not?
Because that's not how the internet works. The tub had legs. Now it does not.
When Jonathan grows up, he wants to be an astronaut. Last year, he built a pair of rocket boots.
Paddington has been at this house for, what, a couple hours at most? And the majority of that time was spent destroying the bathroom. So how does he know so much about this family already?
Madam Director.
30 minutes into the movie, and you just now decide to Kidman? Also, obvious villain introduction is obvious. Somehow the pigeons tracking down Paddington for more marmalade is the most believable thing to happen in this movie so far.
Don't believe I've had the pleasure.
With Capaldi showing up in the earlier Matt Lucas sighting, I'm beginning to think this just might be an episode of Doctor Who, which means Paddington and his family are more likely a group of talking bear aliens.
What's that one movie that had a lot of Harry Potter people in it?
Compassionately kicks them off this planet.
Just as well. Don't want to be kept up by any of your loud jungle music.
That's Barrist.
Now, watch out. There are thieves, murderers, and pickpockets on every platform.
Considering Paddington made it through an entire day at the train station by himself, I think he's got this.
Some kind of tiny police bear.
Movie is already conjuring up subtitles for future sequels.
I don't know why I'm checking the volume this late. I'm sure
the sin is on you, England. All of you. At least you didn't go with digestives.
Yeah,
Barry Poppins. The officers can see the cop hat as Paddington whizzes by, but can't tell that's not a human underneath it. I'm not as concerned that he's holding that many wallets as I am that they could all spill out that easily. Where was he holding them?
Your father loves you very much. Give him a chance. He might just surprise you.
Mrs. Bird has had 13 plus years of hearing the kids complaining about how awful their dad is, so why would she hold on to this story until now? Is it an English custom to glue your hat to your head, or does gravity just work different across the pond?
I'm terribly sorry.
Someone's looking for a new companion. Also, this scene must have been a favorite of all the young Lionel
Okay, the
Richie
hat
fans
thing,
in 2014.
some other things he's bringing up. Like, it's a kid's movie,
Paddington
dude.
already
Very
ride this
well-made
elevator?
kids
Sorry,
movie.
this lift to another floor and back? Why is it just opening now? Okay, fine. Some forgetful custodial worker left their whole cart in the
Seeing
lift.
clips
But
of
did
this
they
just
also
makes
leave
me
their
want to
clothes
see
and
it
makeup
more.
and
Probably
sense of
won't,
humor?
though.
This is never going to work.
Mrs. Downton Fire would be excellent at CinemaSins. Nothing draws a crowd like a sandwich clogging the pneumatic mail system that no one could have known was going to happen.
I think it's marmalade.
Well then, I guess you could call it a marmalade jam.
Oh, but it always starts with just one, Mr. Curry. Drains clogged with
marmalade
fur,
jam.
raucous, all-night picnics.
That's a good
Eyes
one.
Wide Shut 2, The Furry Chronicles. Paddington knows what tape is.
What
and
kind
its
of
purpose,
sin is
but doesn't
that?
understand how to tear it off the spool. If Paddington is home alone, wouldn't it make more sense for Millicent to use the front door? She could just ring the doorbell and say, Marmalade Graham, or something. Deus Ex Rube Goldbergia?
Well, it had the head of an elephant and the body of a snake.
Okay, fine. The gas mask maybe sort of looks like an elephant if you squint and have a PhD in disbelief suspension. But the body of a snake? A snake?
And he's a bear.
It's not much to go on.
The reality of this movie is so confusing. Half the time it's about a bear that no one seems to think twice about walking around, talking, and getting into mishaps. But then the other half is the exact opposite.
You see, my father is dead.
And I suppose I hoped
Weird universe they've created
he might
here.
give me a home.
But I can do that.
Even the kids are going to know this is Millicent, so the movie's choice to hide this twist once we hear her voice is asinine.
I thought you were sending him to Peru, but
I said I was sending him where he belongs, which in his case is the Natural History Museum.
Millicent conveniently says where she's taking Paddington in this contrived meet-up with Curry, so the Browns can find out where to rescue him from.
Montgomery Clyde, I hereby revoke your membership of this hallowed guild.
Isn't this just a glorified club? How would they even legally get a specimen back into the country?
We could have been rich and famous.
As a geographer?
But how are we going to get in? We'll be locked up like a fortress.
Sewers? What? Sewers? Didn't you say they could take you anywhere in the city?
What was
You
Indiana
know, that
Jones?
random
I can't
conversation we
remember.
had out of nowhere and for
Archaeologist.
no reason 20 minutes into the movie?
Jonathan, that's 50,000 volts.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, if you say so. I get that it would take her a minute to get ready for the stuffing part, but why wouldn't she already have killed Paddington? There's no need for him to still be alive. This movie is about to do a 1-2 direct nostalgia punch of Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible. Sure, I liked it.
Hey, Indiana
Still smell
Jones,
the
I'm
pandering
psychic.
all over you. It only took one shot from across the room earlier, but now Millicent can hit Paddington from a closer distance with multiple shots. Why is he speaking bear here? Wouldn't he want the best chance for them to hear and understand him? It's as if the movie wanted to force a way for each family member to use something unique to them to overcome this finale.
We won't do that.
Mrs. Brown?
He's family.
Okay.
Family? You're not even the same species.
This is a common thread in Sally Hawkins' filmography. I swear that's my last Shape of Water reference.
I've never stuffed a human before, but
Paddington is really just an origin story for Millicent's future serial killing. The sandwich clearly dropped before it got to Millicent, so why are the pigeons still going after her? A door that big is a horrible design flaw for insulation and general practical use. Unless, of course, you need a convenient last-second save for your cute bear movie. Movie sets up the band as the villains in the sequel. Their rage stems from never being tipped by the Browns, even though they pass them every day.
Not a bear in sight. Bear Patrol must be working like a charm.
Bear Patrol.
London is
These
not
are
how
awesome.
we imagined it. Hardly anyone says hello or wears hats.
is he in danger?
You must be Mr. Gruber.
Hans.
Good old Matrix.
Bobby.
Remember your
LOL.
manners.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous.
Your hack husband betrayed you on October the 4th? Yeah, maybe it's better to spike it. Yeah, okay, f***ity bye.
My mom
Mary
wanted a girl,
Poppins.
so she used to dress me in girly clothing. It just became a habit.
Okay. That was pretty good. We got to watch all the videos I wanted to watch. Chill reaction, chill compilation reaction, or whatever you want to call it. My stuffed buddies are kind of sloppily set up. You can't even see my skeleton buddy very well. But they're there. So's the flag. And yeah. Thanks for joining me, all you guys. You're awesome. This was awesome. Yeah. Definitely got some other things I want to react to. and I will find the time for it. We'll figure it out. My Meet Arnold thing kind of had a glitch, a hiccup, but we figured it out. We got through it. We changed the whole video. Became a single reaction instead of a channel reaction. I do want to give that video a channel reaction, though. It's gonna happen. Yeah. Well, if you like this, you'll probably also get a kick out of that shit right there. Good beat. I'm Louis Vision.